Ah, yeah there. How we doing, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name's Max Power, and today we're back with this guy, BPM bullets per minute. Now, I gave you all a few tips last time to help get you started, but today we're going to get in real deep, and I've got 7 more tips for you to help you really improve your times on those hard runs. And I reckon that last one that I've got is going to be a doozy, so stick around for it. But first, remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video because I want my existence to feel validated. And also, like every other bloke and his dog, I stream on Twitch, so links to that'll be down below. Anyways, that's enough of the housekeeping. Let's get started. Similar to games like Quake, CSGO, and Apex, there are ways to sort of get around your normal slow speed limit and gain huge amounts of momentum using a combination of movement and jumping. So the funny thing with BPM is that if you strafe to either side while in the air, you actually gain forward momentum, and therefore you increase your speed. So to B-hop or bunny hop, what you'll need to do is you'll need to hold forward, or W, jump, and while in the air and still holding W and still looking forward, you want to hold either A or D to strafe in mid-air, drift off to the left or drift off to the right until you hit the ground, and then jump as soon as you hit the ground, and then strafe in the air in the opposite direction to last time. It sounds more complicated than it is, but after a bit of practice to get the timing right, you'll get the hang of it. Here's a quick little comparison of myself running, dashing, and b-hopping in the same room. Bonus tip, use staircases to give you a bit of a boost while jumping. Jumping down off the top of staircases gives you a little bit of a speed boost, and jumping up off the top of staircases gives you more air. Now off the back of those first few movement tips, did you know you can rocket jump in BPM? Now of course you're going to need a rocket launcher for this one, but if timed right you can get a huge boost to your jump and get to tough to reach places with a well placed rocket at your feet just as you leave the ground. Speaking of tough to reach places, tip number 3 is that you can parkour in BPM. Parkour? What the fuck? Well, not exactly. But let's say you spot a hidden chest up on top of a pillar, like this one here, and you don't have boots that can let you fly, and it's not a randomly generated space stage with no gravity. You can actually use the geometry in the walls around the room, as well as tips 1 and 2, to do some sneaky climbing and jumping to get there. Cheeky. Tip number 4 is that completing rooms flawlessly actually awards you extra loot. When you clear a room by killing all the enemies in it, a message appears up top stating your quality of clear, from flawless to good to okay and finally room cleared, depending on how many mistakes you made throughout that room. Well, it turns out clearing a room flawlessly actually gives you a different chest at the end compared to the regular chest with a greater chance of rare loot, so make sure to stick to the beat and take every enemy out. Tip number 5 is to just avoid challenge rooms altogether. Honestly, the difficulty curve in these rooms is atrocious, and there's nothing in here that you can't get from a single locked chest elsewhere. You are much more likely to end your run abruptly than get anything worthwhile out of it, so just avoid them completely and save yourself the heartbreak. Tip number 6 is only a minor one, but when you enter into a boss room and the quick mini cinematic plays zooming into the boss, your character isn't actually frozen. You can start shooting the boss and gain a quick bit of early damage before the fight even starts to give yourself a head start. And finally, in BPM, your runs are honestly going to be at the mercy of RNG. A lot of the time, if you don't get yourself a good weapon / item combo early, it's going to be really tough to reach Nighthog, and you won't be setting any records. So, well, I've got a little bit of a method that I use to give myself the best head start and the best chance to win. Basically, you're going to want to get yourself as good of a weapon as you can as early as possible. So, each run is split into 4 levels, and each level is split into 2 stages, so 8 stages in total. And a blacksmith has a guaranteed chance to spawn on every level or every 2 stages, whether that be stage 1 or stage 2. That's based on RNG. So when you first enter Asgard, explore everywhere and save up as many coins as possible. If the blacksmith spawns on Asgard 1, pray for a good 5 coin weapon and grab a damage up, and if it doesn't spawn on Asgard 1, save up 15 coins as best you can for the guaranteed blacksmith on Asgard 2. At the same time, do your best to find yourself a key from either a mini boss or even the boss room at the end, and find a locked chest room, and again, pray for an item that works well with your new weapon. If you don't have a good combo by the time you pass through Vanaheim and get to Svartalheim, it might be worth it to just restart. Although, if you do manage to get a combo that does some heavy damage, bosses will drop like flies and you'll be laughing all the way to Helheim. For example, in this run, I've managed to save up 15 coins with a few lucky drops on Asgard 1, and I pick up the Gorse Cannon for 15 coins from the blacksmith, which then absolutely decimates the first boss, even with a bit of bad RNG because I've got a tough modifier on him. He clones himself. If you're looking for a few other tips, check out my previous BPM video. Otherwise, get out there and enjoy doing the musical, and good luck on those runs. Also, subscribe because I love you.